Hey guys, and welcome back. First video in a long time. I apologize for that delay, but here we go. We're playing the Anshan for the Lunar New Year missions that Wargaming had out for the Chinese New Year or Eastern New Year, and was playing it a bunch. This was a fun game. Had an unfortunate event here towards the beginning that you'll get to see, and then we'll continue on because it ended up being a really fun match to play. So drove straight south, did some spotting for my team, hoping that these cruisers would be easy targets for my battleships coming in behind me. Taking a look, see where people are going. This Omaha is driving straight, so I'm going to wait a little bit and try to put some surprise torpedoes right here at the edge of the island in case he decides he wants to slow down when he gets to the edge of that island. And I launch these torps. I didn't notice that our Omaha was driving in straight for that same island. So as soon as I launched that second set of torps, I noticed that, this is probably too close to him and don't even have enough time to really type out a warning. So sure enough, he doesn't see him coming, doesn't expect him coming, and he takes that far left one right on the nose. You'll see the other mistake here in a second, but I decided I need to open up, since I'm spotted, open up on this Omaha and try to get some damage done, help our friendly Omaha out. But as you notice here, my torpedo spread leaves just enough of a gap for the Omaha to squeeze through, fully broadside. So all of those torpedoes miss their intended targets. Still doing some damage, getting some fire on this guy, trying to, work him down a little bit, and see what I can do to help this Omaha. Omaha ends up torping him and then dies to a salvo from the Helena out there at the end. Now my point here, shooting at this Helena pretty far away, which, that's not necessarily the problem, but I want to try to keep him shooting at me so that the battleships that are there still near our spawn cap can try to shoot at him while he stays lit up. As long as he's firing, he's going to be spotted by me, and hopefully he'll stay up long enough. But Helena's a good DD hunter, lots of guns, pretty accurate, and this guy shows that he actually knows how to shoot. So I'm going to take an opportunity as he's turning away. I'm going to try to go dark and not get totally wrecked by this guy. So I'm going to stop shooting. I'm going to go dark here so that he can't hit me anymore, and we're going to go reposition. And this is his final salvo coming in at me. My engines are out, so I'm going to slowly work my way back to the other side. So move up a little bit closer. We're engaging these battleships that are south. This is just a minute or so later in the match, and again, going to use the range and the high fire chance on my guns to try to do some damage while they're distracted shooting at other people. Get a fire on that New York, no camo New York, so all these shots are going to be pretty accurate and land pretty much where I expect them to. I think we get a second fire here at this salvo, maybe the next one. And I'm always taking a look around, popping out. This DD pops up right in front of us, unfortunately gets that kill, but he's low enough health that I'm going to try to shoot him and see if we can't take him out of the match now for pushing up a little too far. So constantly bobbing and weaving. That New York, I got that second fire on him and he put it out, so I'm going to try to get some more permanent fires or long-term burn fires on him as he's driving away. I'm going to just slow down behind this island and try to get shots over it. And again, still trying to get that long-term burn fire to get some damage over time on that guy. New York goes dark. I can't shoot the ships closer, so I'm going to focus on this York as he's driving by. He's focused on the battleship behind me right now, and so I'm going to try to get some shots out on him before he ducks behind that island. Again, I'm hoping for a fire or some other damage that, is going to, more damage to him, of course, than he does to me. So I'm bobbing and weaving, turning out, trying to throw off their shots by wiggling, making turns that hopefully that aren't predictable. And come back, since the middle's clear, come back and at least spot for my team over here. If not, get some actual damage on these ships as they're coming around this island. trying to keep them from advancing on our base. Still have lots of ships on our side. Our team's playing a fairly defensive battle, which is good in standard battle. Let the enemy push out one at a time, focus them down, and kill them as they come, as opposed to us pushing too far and not having enough support. I'm going to throw my torpedoes here in case this Julio Cesar decides he wants to turn north. I don't expect those to hit, but they're more area denial. If he comes north, he's going to have to dodge those or maybe even get hit by them. Again, taking some HE shots at those battleships. Decide to focus on this York again as he's transiting across open water. He's driving pretty slow, so he's a sitting duck. I'm not sure why he decided to stop, but got one fire on him there, hoping for another. Something I'm not used to in destroyers anymore is having battleships shoot at me, but I've had a New York shoot at me, I've had Colorado shoot at me, and in this match they're actually shooting at me and hitting me, so doing some damage, even though it's all overpen damage with their AP shells now. This York's almost dead, so I'm going to try to get the killing shots on him before he's gone. Nobody can see him. He's super close. I think we leave him with 84 health, and before he gets out of range and disappears, goes dark. So he's nearly dead. One shot would kill him. Unfortunately, I missed with that one and this last salvo. So I'm going to focus on this Colorado because he's what's visible to me. I'm using this smoke as a shield. I'm not going to sit in it, but I'm going to use it as a shield for a little bit so that I'm not spotted. Got this Helena coming up. That's the same Helena we started out the battle dueling with out on near the map border. Again, these torpedoes are not intended to hit that Colorado or anything like that. They're hoping that if this Helena pushes up north along the side of that island, that he's going to run into some torpedoes. So maybe he's expecting that, maybe not, I don't know. But regardless, he doesn't end up coming up through that gap next to the island, so he's going to play out in open water. My teammates are dying all around me. This side's got the highest concentration of enemy left on it. The other side of the map, though, my team's starting to make their push towards the enemy base. Shooting at that Colorado, trying to get that second fire going, and decide to switch. So we need to focus on this Helena because, again, good DD hunter, and he's closer and has a bunch of guns that can shoot at me. That York trying to pop shots at me and finish me off from across the map as he's running on nearly no health. This Helena, he's a decent shot, lots of guns, so I need to go dark and disengage from him and reposition to try to press the attack some more. So stop shooting, go dark, gonna turn in towards the middle there. Thinking about pushing down towards the cap to help my teammates down there, and so we'll duck down that way a little bit and see how the rest of this develops. This Helena, he's still a threat if he decides to push north, so these torpedoes are to prevent him, or if he goes north towards directly at our base, then these torpedoes will help intercept in there. So again, I'm not using them as I know or expected hits, but more of an area denial, keep him from going that way, or if he does, make him pay for it. That's the goal with those particular torpedoes. I suspect, though, that he sees me pointed towards their base, so he's going to go back to help out, both to defend the push from that flank of the rest of our team, but also because it looks like I'm headed that way. This Farragut's unfortunately AFK, so we're just gonna hopefully work him down with the rest of my teammates to make sure he doesn't wake up and start being a problem. So got that fire on him. It's still burning because he's AFK. Little tiny target. I'm shooting at the small side of him, so don't get a bunch of hits, but you get a couple hits on him, and then our DD that's pushing through there helps finish him off. I'm spotted again. That Helena decided he wanted to push down that way. Again, he's close, he's got bunches of guns, and he's going to be a continued problem for me. As you can tell, he can actually hit me where other ships that have been shooting at me haven't been all that successful, but this guy certainly has. So again, I'm going to disengage from him and go dark so that he doesn't finish me off before I get a chance to do anything. He's making a strong push towards the base, so I'm not going to throw those torpedoes out because they're not going to come anywhere close to him, and I need to decide right now, looking at the map, do I push with my team to their base, or do I go back and defend? There's only one battleship back there with defending our base, so I decide I'm going to turn around and go back and defend. We can always come back and push the attack on their base later. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to skip forward a little bit while I make that transition back to the base. And here we are. We got that York spotted again with his, very low health. But he's outside my range, so I'm not going to shoot at him to try to finish him off. Kind of hoping this Congo doesn't expect me to be coming back. And I'm going to use my torpedo lead indicator here to see, watch him. Is he making any adjustments to his course at all? He's got no camo on him, so I don't expect him to do much in the way of changes, but he does make one slight change right there, turning a little bit to his starboard. Probably try to get more guns on our Congo that's here defending the base. My teammate Congo takes out that York, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. And again, I'm not expecting this guy to make many changes, so I just send my torps out pretty much on the lead indicator and right on top of each other, thinking that all of these torpedoes are going to hit. Smoking up as I drift into the cap here a little bit. I'm not going to get any cap defense points for it, but I'll get some more damage and stop him from earning any cap points. Again, just firing away at the HE, hoping for a fire, really hoping, in case I need it, that he'll get a fire and put it out before, and then his damage can be done before these torpedoes hit. But they all look good, so I'm not going to need any flooding damage. There's the devastating strike and Confederate. That was the last attack, last threat to our base, so I'm going to turn around and speed boost down south to help out our team down there. There's only 2 ships left. That Helena, who's doing some work, and another ship that is killed, sunk before I even get close. So we're speed boosting down. We're going to take some shots. Everybody's looking at this Helena, so I'm just going to try to get some damage, hoping he doesn't decide to shoot at me. Throw some HE out there with the transition to AP because he's showing pretty much his whole broad, and we'll see if we can get any juicy penetrations into the side of his armor. Got a fire with that first salvo. He's got 2 burning, some AP. That wasn't a great shot, wasn't a good lead, and then we'll get it a little bit better on this one right there with that nice dispersion. Helena is killed right here, and that's the match. A nice victory for us. Again, devastating strike on that Congo and Confederate, 96,000 damage, turned pink for that unfortunate torpedo into our Omaha as he was charging straight into that island. Looking at the team results, got top of the team by a couple hundred points, 1,464 base XP. Not bad that Helena got top of their team. He was doing a good job. He certainly was pushing me around the map. Looking at the detailed results screen, again, almost 39,000 damage on that Congo with those 4 torpedo hits. Sunk that Hatsuharu, but he was already almost dead, so that was mostly just a finish. Another 16k on the New York, 12.5k on that Colorado, and only 8,400 on that Helena, but he certainly did a bunch of damage to me. Hey guys, hit like if you like the video. Be sure to subscribe. Leave some comments if you want to see something in particular, but otherwise, say hi. Appreciate it, and enjoy the game.